SwimOutlet.com delivers the best online shopping experience. With an extensive selection and the lowest prices, you're guaranteed to find the product you need. Here's what you get. Free shipping on all orders over $49. Free 1 to 2 day shipping on all orders over $99. All orders placed by 6 p.m. ship out the same day. Shop at SwimOutlet.com, the web's most popular swim shop.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Tuesday, July 17th, 2012. I'm your host, Tiffany Elias, and today in the Finis Monitor is arguably the swimmer with the biggest upset at Olympic trials. Joining us out from Knoxville, Tennessee is Scott Weltz. Scott, thanks for taking a break in your London preparations to join us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so I can imagine these last couple weeks have been a whirlwind for you. So how have you been feeling post-trials and now leading up to London?
Yeah, it was a lot of, really emotional after trials. Took a while, for it to kind of finally set in, and then, kind of exhausting, staying at the meet a couple extra days, then traveling, going home for a few days, getting some good R&R. And then, just getting really excited to get back into it and meet up with the whole team and, finally walk around as Team USA was pretty cool, and getting introduced places as Team USA. So pretty exciting now.
Yeah, I can imagine that's a different feeling. So let's go back and talk about trials because, like I just said, you really were probably one of the biggest upsets, taking down some legendary swimmers there in your 200 breaststroke. But starting off with your 100, you came in at a 4th place finish, coming back to win the gold in the 200 breast. So what were the emotions after your 100? How did that race feel, and how did it set you up to take that win?
After the 100, I didn't expect to go anywhere near that good of a time. So looking back, I was really happy with it. But going into finals, I was ranked 2nd, and I kind of gave myself a little bit of false sense of hope, like, wow, I could make the team in the 100. And, let the nerves get the better of me. I don't have much, big race experience like that, so I didn't stick to my own game plan. Went away, added a bunch of time, kind of died coming home. And was just really down about that, like, wow, I had this opportunity, now I let it slip. Now I kind of have all my eggs in one basket again in the 200. But I kind of had to quickly get over that and use that, as experience and be like, look, I didn't swim my own race. I went slower. I need to just stick to my game plan next time. So I was able to really draw on that for the 200. And then, at the same time, I was just so excited in that race to be able to swim with, some of the great American breaststrokers. I think that throughout the years, the Americans have had such great breaststrokes in the name of, like Brendan Hansen, Eric Chanteau. So being able to race those guys was really thrilling and exciting for me.
Was it intimidating going head-to-head with them since you've been following them for so long?
I wouldn't say intimidating, but it definitely felt like an honor to be able to, swim with those guys. I was just so excited, and I felt like, I'd finally made it, being able to, I was right between those two guys going in that finals of the 100 breaststroke. And I wouldn't say intimidated because, I was pretty confident that I could do it, but just really honored and really excited about it.
So your 200, though, you would say is your better of the two events.
Yeah, that's the one we actually train for. The 100 we don't really ever train for until about a week out of taper. We'll do a lot of sprinting. But, yeah, we're really just focusing on, in practice is mainly pace stuff, short rest, things like that, not much sprinting. So the 200 is definitely my strength.
So it's probably a good thing, though, that your 100 fell before the 200 so that you could really get those jitters out.
Yeah, I think it was going in. I didn't know if, I'd rather have, be really fresh and have the 200 first. But you're right. I think it really helped me out having that 100 first, being able to gain some quick experience, learn from it really quickly. I definitely think it helped me in the 200. So
now you really don't have that much experience compared to a lot of these guys. We've seen you on the national level, but some finals here and there. But as far as international competition is, you're really one of the rookies on the guy side.
Yeah, I literally have 0 international competition, so I would say rookie, yeah.
All right, so have these guys been offering you any sort of advice to help get you ready?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of them have really just, I didn't know what it'd be like even going on a trip, going to London, things like that. A lot of them are really offering up, like, this is what you need to expect. Things aren't going to go perfect all the time. You have to be able to adapt, go with the flow. Just know that you're not going to be in the perfect pre-race environment, to get all your sleep and things like that. So they've been really helpful, offering up, things that maybe they learned from their, either Olympic experience or international experience, how they were able to adapt and, persevere and overcome those things. So definitely a lot of help to have a lot of these veterans on the team.
Right. So now let's talk about training prior to trials. You dropped a few seconds from your best time in your 200 breast, which is a big deal in any competition. So what were you doing leading up to Omaha?
Well, this was the first time I've really focused on a single stroke. I was always a breaststroke, or not, I was always an IM or with a kind of a stronger breaststroke part. We never trained just for one stroke, and comparatively, I guess I wasn't very good at the IM, but we thought I was pretty good, so that's why we stuck with it. But when I decided to make this, push for the Olympics, we knew that the IMs were kind of filled. There wasn't really any opportunity in that event, so
a little competitive.
Yeah, a little competitive. So we sat down with my coach and we said, let's just go for the breaststroke. Let's choose one thing to focus on. And this was pre-Brennan Hansen coming back, so it seemed like a little more open. So that's what we put our mindset. We're like, let's just train breaststroke. And we started doing it, and literally I started dropping time almost like an age group, where every time I'd swim it, I'd drop a couple seconds because there was a lot of learning. We were trying new things, but I'd never just devoted so much time to just a single stroke. And I think that's what really, really helped.
How long ago did you start making that transition into breaststroke primary?
Maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay, so relatively new. So now going into it, your strategy, you just blew everybody away that second half. You really, going into that final 50, all of a sudden, you're charging forward and in the race and now controlling the field. Was that your strategy to kind of hold back in the beginning?
Yeah, it definitely was. I joke with my coach that I've always wanted a negative split a 200 breaststroke, because I think that'd be the best way to do it. And he always tells me I'm an idiot because you can't negative split a 200 breaststroke. But I mean, literally, when I swim or I'm in practice and we do all out 200s, I always try to either even or negative split it, because when you do that, there's no dive. And whenever we do pace, I'm always trying to swim it at however tired I think I'm going to be, and use that much effort. And in practice, we're able to do pace and hit consistent 33 flats, things like that. So I knew that that's what I should be doing on the back half of the race. I wanted to be home in under a 106. Anything with a 5 in it was my goal. So I knew I'd have to go out a little easier to do that. So I mean, that was definitely the game plan going in. I think we stuck with it pretty well.
103, 105, that's about as close as you can get to negative splitting breaststroke, I'd say. But now that a lot of these guys and ladies going into London have had so much experience training together, whether it's on past teams, international teams, or even just being at the same club. So what is it like now to be training with other elite level athletes?
It's really fun. The other day we had an all breaststroke group workout, and I was able to get beat up on by Hansen and Chanteau in some sprint hundreds. That was kind of cool, pretty humbling, pretty fun. But you get to learn from it. It's really exciting to be able to just train with the elite of the elite of the U.S. swim team. I'm just trying to learn and absorb everything I can, pick up things I can change between now and then, like especially pull downs and turns where I think I'm really bad at them. So these guys, especially someone like Hansen and Chanteau, got great pull downs, great turns. Try and watch them a little, see if I can pick up something. Because now, I'm not competing against them. I think we're all just trying to help each other out so the U.S. can get some more medals.
Mm-hmm. That's a really important point to make, because now you guys are all working together, can put that competition aside. Yeah. So now you probably only have a few more days in Knoxville, and then you guys are off to France, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. So have they told you much of what's going to be going on in the next couple weeks?
We have a basic itinerary of what's going on. I think we'll be in France for about a week. I think it's probably going to start getting hectic when we get to London. We have more kind of media type stuff to get involved with. So try and get as much training, as much rest in before then. I think it's kind of the game plan.
Now, as far as personal preparations, are you now looking ahead and trying to study any of the swimmers on the international level to kind of eye up your competition?
No, I think that's where I kind of made my mistake at trials, is trying to, change my race to, based on my competition. And I think if I'm going to do my best, I just need to do what I know I can do, and swim my own race. I think that's the most important thing. So I don't want to get caught up with all these big names and these great swimmers I'm going to be competing against, because time-wise I know I should be able to hang with them. So if I just swim my own race and do what I know I'm able to do, I think that's my best chance.
Well, Scott, we're really excited for you here at Swimming World, and congratulations on all your success, and we look forward to following you through London.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, thanks, Scott. Well, that will conclude today's morning swim show. Make sure to keep up with all the latest news by following us on Facebook and Twitter at Swimming World. Thanks for watching. I'm Tiffany Elias. Join us again for tomorrow's show.